So one of the questions I get all the time is like how my OpenClaw is stupid.
Yeah.
And it happened to both of us, and we want to share our stories with you because like I've seen a lot of tweets where everyone's showing off like how cool the OpenClaw is.
Yeah.
And then for some reason when we use it, it's like, yo,
Yeah.
you're a dumbass.
What's going on here?
What's going on here? And this isn't just unique to you guys. This actually happens to all of us. And we do have some solutions to fix your problems. So we'll talk about them here. And just kind of have a conversation with you guys to really help you get your bot working to the level that you want it to work. So first and foremost, I think I have a mini tip, which is to break a very complicated task down. So let's say, for example, I kind of want to do some news updates, like kind of updating what people are tweeting about and getting my Stark agent, he's meant to be smart enough to summarize kind of what's really happening and deliver that news to me. But the problem is that task is really complicated, right? If you think about it, he has to browse and access like 30 tweets and whatnot. It's actually not as easy, and you don't really know what's happening. So I think my solution here was to actually tell it. So you don't have to have any program experience, but I said, hey, you know what? These are some cool tweets. Go scan these guys and save it. And then I did a little bit of funky engineering here. I gave it a few key phrases, which is like I wanted to have these tweets saved and then stored into a vector database. This allows it to kind of really call upon that information. That's why when someone in the future mentions OpenClaw, he can search that database, access all his tweets, and then really get the relevant information.
Yeah.
So I think this is a little bit advanced, but it's kind of you don't have to go so hardcore. But what I would say is the gist of this is to break down your task into smaller tasks. I mean, it makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
Right? So he actually built a dashboard, and yet again, very, very proactive, right? He built a dashboard about all the tweets that he's monitored, when he's published, and yet again, this is not refined at all. He just built this by himself, right? So this gives you a lot more. The task breakdown makes you understand, okay, which step is your bot failing and when it's succeeding. So you can just look at everyone's tweets here, and it's real. So this kind of prevents AI slop too.
Yeah, that's actually a very good tip where you say save this tweet, explicitly say save this tweet into a vector database so we can query it in the future.
Or give me the link as well to it so it doesn't gaslight you. I found that problem very prevalent where I said, hey, let me. We have our YouTube BoxminingAI, and I was like, go and show me, what our latest videos are, how they're doing, what people like, right? And it started gaslighting me. It started giving me fake intel, like fake information of how many views each video got. It just made it up.
I noticed that too.
It made it up, right? And I kind of said, why did you make that up? And he was like, I actually can't access this. So you have to remember, the AI, it can't always access full information on a full web page. Rather, you have to use the YouTube API. So by breaking that task down and say, hey, look, you know what? Why don't you teach me how to use the YouTube API, set up the developer account? And he actually guided me step by step how to get that and to call that information. I won't show you that here because there was some sensitive information there. But breaking that task down to a smaller task and saying, hey, the smaller task is, you need to connect to the YouTube API, make sure that's connected, test the connection, all right? Very important because AI doesn't test. I said, hey, look, I said it doesn't return anything. The AI sometimes doesn't test. It just built the dashboard and it built it like nothing there. It says, all done, we're complete, guys. But then it has nothing there, and it says, the feed is empty because of this. So the moment you mention and take a screenshot and test the process, it becomes much, much better. And then after that is done, you can say, okay, save this as a skill for future reference. Yeah. Right. That's the last step. After you've done it once, you've done it cleanly once, save it. Yeah. Save it as a skill for future reference. Make sure you know what's going on, and then make sure that you're using it. So constantly make sure you check that your guys are using it. And then you can always verify. You can always say, okay, look, give me the tweets. Give me the actual tweets. If you have no tweets, if it's a fake tweet, I'm gonna know, right? That's the way to fix it.
What I find very helpful, especially what I've seen Michael do all the time, is the first prompt he would give to your agent is, here's the API documentation, learn and understand this. first.
Yes.
I think that's super important first before you assume that they actually know how to call these APIs.
Yeah.
Give them the document first, learn it, understand it, and that way that itself can also be saved as a skill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So a lot of people don't understand, like, reading something is a skill.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just like, hey, my emails suck. Let me you go to my mailbox and fix shit.
Yeah.
And then that's too broad, right? That's why we saw this. Wasn't this recent news that this Facebook lady decided to
the Meta,
employee
cybersecurity vice president or something.
Yeah. She was her bot went haywire and started messaging everyone, right? Which kind of also happened to you. It started messaging people, right?
Yep.
Let me just find the article. Let me bring it up. Jamie, bring it up. But yeah, so that happened. Okay, I can't bring it up. I'm not that fast, apparently. Email. Okay. OpenClaw. Let's see if that brings it up. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, she installed OpenClaw on a computer with root access, and then it started messaging everyone on her contact list. So breaking down your task. So the summary here is, you have to understand that this is, as much as it feels like a human, they're not. You have to really decompose that task into smaller tasks and make sure and verify that every step works. And then you have a working system.
Yes.
I think that'll be clean. That will prevent you from, the haywire that you have. And then go check on it once in a while to make sure it's working. Was that the only tip? Oh, the other tip I would say, the last tip I would say is, don't treat them as human either. So a lot of times when I give tasks out, I start with a small task, check if they work or not, and then I go for bigger tasks. But the thing with AI is that they will always fail on tasks. All right, that's just something, I don't know why it happens, but it will always fail on tasks until... regardless of how complicated it is. So don't be afraid of saying, make a dashboard for me. Or give me exactly what's happening. Show it to me in a full-on presentation. Make that into a presentation for me. Like, don't be afraid of giving it big tasks. It will always fail on tasks. It doesn't matter how difficult the task is.
Yeah.
I kind of think the simpler the task, the more it fails.
Yeah.
Almost, I think. I just don't know why.
If you fail at a simple task, why would I, use you for a complicated one? Why would I trust you?
But, hey, it's AI world. It doesn't work. They're not human.
Yeah.
So I think these are our quick tips for you on if your AI is stupid. If you think your AI is stupid, you're not alone. But the best way to do it is to really break down your tasks. And we'll have a community here to share how we're breaking down tasks. So make sure you join. We'll have a link down below for our Discord channel. I know it's a little bit complicated, so everyone's in there for now, but sharing your tips will also help everyone too. So with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. See you next one.